Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode.
Not in the intro, Eric. Well, welcome to Respect the Combat,
Did my
everybody.
audio go out again?
Yes, in
Yes,
the
it
middle of the
did.
intro.
Are you God? Okay, you know what? I'm just going to start the podcast with this then. Fuck Spectrum! Get your shit together! Anyway, welcome to another episode of Respect the Combat. Don Ace is going to be backing me up today, apparently, because, well, my internet sucks. Well, how are y'all doing? Thank you for joining us on an early Saturday morning interview of Respect the Combat. As you can see, me and Donnaise are not alone. We are joined by the Rubber City Wrestling light heavyweight champion. As I just stated, you have seen him on Rubber City Wrestling. You've seen him on International Wrestling Cartel. You've seen him on Exodus Pro Wrestling. Handsome Harley Morris. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, hanging in there. A bit tired. I mentioned earlier, I went to the movies last night, so I got home a little late. But got up early, got all my stuff ready for the day, took my dog for a walk. So I'm doing pretty good overall.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you for making the time to hop
On with us as Eric's Wi-Fi craps out again. And I know he's about to go off the second he realized it.
Thank you for being on with us. It really does mean a lot. I know that you've been having a very busy schedule lately, especially with your new book that's been out. How have those sales been doing, by the way?
The team hasn't really told me what the number is right now, but I'm guessing it's up there. I'm guessing it's so large that they need to figure out a special way to tell me, maybe a surprise party or something for my birthday or something like that. I'll walk in and they'll be like, "Hey, it's over 1 million copies" or something like that. But we'll see.
Oh hell yeah, I'm sure it's over 1 million by now. Definitely, it's been a couple months. So, tell us a little bit about what exactly created Handsome Harley Morris, because I know that you've been in the wrestling industry for quite some time, over a decade, I believe 13 years now, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And so what exactly was it that led to all of this? What was it that led to the decision? What was it that led to being Handsome Harley Morris, the whole nine?
So it's actually Handsome Harley T. Morris, which Harley T. Morris is the name I was going under for a very, very long time.
Okay.
And it was actually given to me by the promoter of the promotion that ran the wrestling school where I got trained. And he had no idea that was my actual name because my shoot name is Harley Todd Morris. That is my real name. It's on my birth certificate, all this other stuff. So if anybody steals my identity, I know where they got it from. I know you're watching. But yeah, no, I told him, it's like, "Hey, that's my real name." He's like, "Really?" And then that promotion did not go with that name. They did not go with that character. But I like the name so much because, well, it's my actual name, that just stuck. It's something that I went with everywhere I went. And I tried a number of different characters, and none of them really fit. None of them really worked. I tried, but it's a game of trial and errors. And the Handsome Harley moniker, I got to give full credit to former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, EC3. I signed up for the Exodus co-op, and me and another guy there named Gorgeous Gregory, he liked the vibe we were giving off, and he thought, "Hey, if I put these two as a tag team, there's something there." So he pulled me aside. He's like, "Hey, I'm thinking about putting you with Greg, and I'm thinking we'll have Gorgeous Gregory and Handsome Harley, and we'll have Handsome and Gorgeous," which is the team me and him go under. If you guys have seen us on IWC or anywhere else, we actually just recently debuted for Oldie Wrestling as a tag team, which was a lot of fun. So that's kind of where the name came from. The Handsome Harley T. Morris came from EC3.
Wow. Now, just to piggyback off that on my end, and this is one of those questions that I think any wrestling fan on my level, knowledgeable of the wrestling industry, but not in the wrestling industry, would say, what would be the reason? because I know some wrestlers will go by their actual name, especially with the age of getting doxxed. What went into the decision of using your actual name rather than just coming up with another one before getting into the ring?
So I had had the idea rattling around in my head about going under a stage name for a while, but I just honestly couldn't think of anything that really fit or anything that I really liked. And the name just rolls off the tongue. Harley T. Morris. It just works. It's memorable because you'll see a lot of guys going by like two names. Some guys go by three names. I'll use Carson Drake as an example. When I met Carson, he went by Carson Drake. Now he goes by Carson Bartholomew Drake. And same thing with like JBL, John Bradshaw, Layfield. You'll get guys who will go by two names or three names, but not a lot of guys go with that middle initial. So I thought it was something that really helped me stand out a little bit. And like I said, because it is my natural name, it just rolled off the tongue. It just stuck. And now I honestly really couldn't see myself going under anything else. Granted, doesn't mean I never will, but it just worked. It's just me.
Yeah, it does, and especially with the Handsome and the Gorgeous, which honestly we haven't seen a tag team with longevity work with those monikers since like I would say the '80s with Gorgeous George and everything that era. Because you could say, "Oh, we had the Heartthrobs, da 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 da" in the 2000s, but that didn't work. So having that, and especially now standing out, I think is really like refreshing. And
Yeah,
yes,
so,
I am. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's like I know it's not the most original character in the gimmick in the world, but at the end of the day, a wheel's a wheel. It's not about reinventing the wheel; it's about making it work for you to get to where you want to get going. So, like, is it the most original thing in the world? No, because like you said, there's been Gorgeous and there's been Handsome and there's been the pretty boy characters and also stuff. Pretty Deadly on WWE comes to mind
Right.
as one of the most recent characters to have that kind of like character. But I feel like me and Greg do it in a much different way than other people do it. So, like I said, very similar, but at the end of the day, it's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about where that wheel is taking you.
Yeah, and definitely like differentiating yourself in those characters versus, oh, hey, I'm just gonna rip off, like you said, Pretty Deadly, who are still somewhat active because Kit before Danhausen was over and getting there, and then you get that Tyler Breeze, and I'm just going off of those in the last like 10 years that I know have used it.
Oh yeah,
in WWE programming. So it's like you have that as the base, and then you just go from there. So I'm looking forward to that. And yes, I am stalling because you and I both know.
I'm back now, and hopefully my internet will not go out again. I'll say it again. Fuck Spectrum. Now,
perfect timing too, Eric.
I actually did kind of want to segue into a little bit, just because I've gotten to work with you since back in August, working alongside over at Exodus, and I just personally have to say your body transformation in the last few months it needs to be talked about. Like, I'm not even just trying to like kiss your ass here or anything just because you're on here. It's just like you literally did a complete 180 with your body. Like, you do not, like, your body does not look the same at all from when I first met you. And I have to say, it's part of the inspiration as to why I decided to actually start getting back into shape. Because I'm like, bro, if this guy's able to do this shit in like 6 months, then what the fuck am I able to do? And, it was motivation to me. And so I thank you for that. And I mean, what was it? Well, one, what was it that ended up making you want to start taking your diet, I guess, a bit more seriously? And then two, Are you currently working with anyone on your diet, or is this just 100% all you?
Um, so the thing that made me want to take my diet serious, and this has been something that I have dealt with since I was a kid. Back in high school, I weighed about 211 pounds, and I had no muscle mass. I was heavy. I had no chest, no shoulders. Um, I wasn't the biggest guy. Like I wasn't like you know wearing like triple XL or anything like that. But I got winded walking up steps. Like I had no cardio. I had like I was in terrible shape. Very lazy kid growing up. But uh, I mentioned earlier when before we hopped on live
Mm-hmm.
that I tried to learn a lot from the mistakes of my family and from people I know. And sadly, I come from a family that is that struggles with obesity and weight gain and stuff like that. My dad struggled with it, has been struggling with it for most of his life. Um, my uncle, may he rest easy, passed away at nearly 400 pounds, was very out of shape, and it kind of scared me. I remember one day I was laying in my room watching TV, and I was just like, I got to do something because if I don't, things are not going to end well. So I started jogging, and plus I wanted to be a wrestler. I wanted to get into pro wrestling, and I knew I wasn't nowhere in the shape I needed to be in to even qualify for a tryout for training or anything like that. So I started running every day, and
Mm-hmm.
that dropped my weight down. I lost about 20 pounds doing that, and it was only a mile a day. I was only running about a mile a day. And at first, I'd like run half a mile, stop, catch my breath, run half a mile back until I could just do it nonstop. And once I got to about 190, I decided, hey, I want to lose a little bit more weight. I think I'll stop drinking. I'll stop drinking soda. And I dropped another 20 pounds. I got down to about 170 pounds. And I still had no muscle mass on me because I didn't work out. I didn't do anything like that. So, and that was about 2012. I want to say I was about 170 pounds, about 2012, 2013. People can see some photos that I've shared from then to now on how I look.
Mm-hmm.
And it took well over a decade of just trial and error on because I didn't know anything about like nutrition or dieting or workout routines or anything like that. I just kind of winged it, and it shows. Like if you look at any of my old photos, any of my old videos, I couldn't figure it out. I wasn't doing what I needed to do until I signed up for the co-op. And again, EC3, he's a big gym guy. He's a big diet guy. I mean, if you just look at him, the dude, he's massive. He's a big dude. And he gave me a workout routine, which I still follow today with a couple of variations here or there, but for the most part, it's the same workout routine he gave me. And he also gave me a dietary thing, which I tried, but again, I wasn't keeping track of anything. I was just eating.
Mm-hmm.
So swapping some things out here or there, and it was a little over a year ago. I was pushing 200 pounds. I wasn't out of shape, but I was heavy, and I absolutely hated looking at photos of me because like I had a belly, simple as that. Like I had a little bit of size on me, but I was looking more like a power lifter than I was anything else, and I didn't like the way it looked. So I decided to do a little bit of research and seeing some stuff online. I decided to start counting my calories. I didn't want to lose any of the muscle that I put on, but I wanted to lose the body fat. So I remember people telling me all the time that protein is very good at keeping muscle mass. But I knew I had to lower my calories. So I started looking into different foods and different things I could eat to keep my protein really, really high, but start lowering my calories. And so I started eating a lot more like Greek yogurt, a lot more cottage cheese, I looked into alternatives to bacon. Turkey bacon, by the way, is fantastic. I highly recommend it for anybody who doesn't like, who
Agreed.
likes bacon but doesn't like the calories.
100%
Yes.
But like I found fat-free cheese, which has 9. So the rule of thumb I go with, which I found out later is a universal rule of thumb for a lot of people. I didn't know that. I was just doing a lot of guesswork, and I stumbled onto something that worked. So then when I started looking up all these different information, I started seeing that I was not the first guy to discover this. I was not the first guy to advertise this. As a matter of fact, it has actually been very well known for a while that a rule of thumb that a person who is trying to put on some muscle mass but trying to lose body fat should be taking in roughly 10 grams of protein for every 100 calories they're eating. It doesn't need to be exact. So if you're like 2 grams of protein off or whatever, it doesn't need to be exact. But if you can find the stuff that's over, that's even better. So, for example, the fat-free cheese that I use on my eggs every morning has 45 calories, but has 9 grams of protein, which means it has double the amount of protein to calorie ratio that I'm looking for. So that's perfect. Same thing with Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt's only 100 calories, but you get 18 grams of protein per serving.
Right.
So I just started weighing all my food, keeping track of everything, eating the same stuff over and over again, stuff that I liked, stuff that I enjoy eating. So it's not like a chore. I'm not sitting here eating plain chicken and broccoli 5 times a day. I'm eating stuff that I like. I'm eating stuff that I enjoy. And by doing that, by keeping to that rule of thumb and keeping track of everything I eat, that's what really pushed it over the edge. And that's when I started really showing the results. I lost another 30 pounds. I got back down to like 172, 173, which is about where I'm at right now. And it worked. And
Right.
it clicked in my head like that's what I needed to do. And that's what I've stuck to. I'm actually a little nervous because I'm actually going on a bulking cycle here, starting today actually. Because the last month or so I've been eating about 1,600 calories, 1,700 calories.
So you've been on a deficit.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually posted about this on my Facebook yesterday.
I saw that yesterday.
So I'm bumping my calories back up because I've gotten my weight down, and now I want to see if I can start packing on more muscle mass. Now I'll probably have to go back on another mini cut or just a full on like plan cut sometime maybe in the next 6-7 months or something like that. But it's all about checks and balances, because when I put on some weight, put on the muscle mass, I'm going to put on a little bit of fat as well. So when I reach the end of my bulking, I'm going to go back into a little bit of a cut, try to burn off what little bit of body fat I put on.
Makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. I'm still in the bulking phase of my diet. I'm not taking in as much protein as when I first started. Like when I first started, I was taking in like 220 grams of protein, but that's also because I was a twig. No, they were more. No, they were trying. I was trying to do the opposite, because I was at when I first started, I weighed like 146, so I was underweight. So they're like, oh boy,
Yeah.
they're like you could see my ribs, like. And when I showed it to them, they're like, oh no. They're like, we need to pack on some weight to you. I ended up who did I get? I got connected with Anthony Agogo from AEW. Literally randomly one day just messages me on Instagram, and he's like, hey Eric, what's up? And I'm just like, okay, well, someone hacked his account. And the next day he messages me back. He messages me again. He's like, oh, what, you're just gonna ghost me? And I'm like, oh shit, it's actually
him. Yeah, that's insane. Your mic gave out again, I think.
Yeah, it did. But he was telling me about this, and
oh, there you are.
Of just the chance encounter of it, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and we just started, me and him started spitballing, started to talk, and he's like, do you have any health goals? Like, is there anything that you would like to improve? And realistically, like when he mentioned it, I'm like, you know what? Actually, yeah, like I would really like to gain some weight. I would like, but when I don't want to gain fat. I'm like, I want to gain muscle. And I told him about the fact that I'm working in the wrestling industry and I'm also doing camera work. So I kind of need to get my arm muscle up a bit. So then I'm not doing so much camera shake. And it's a little bit easier for me to be able to do like 6, 7, 8 hour days where I'm holding my camera the entire time. So when I first came in, he had me at like 2,200 calories a day, 220 grams of protein, 160 grams of carbs, and like 77 grams of fat. And now,
and there he goes again. So
Spectrum
yeah,
sucks.
no, hello, can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. So now, since I've gained 14 pounds, now I'm down to where the calories are still up. I'm taking in 2,300 a day, but 173 grams of protein, 230 grams of carbs. So then I get the extra energy from my workouts, and then 77 grams of fat still. But usually with my fat, I'm not taking in as much. Like I'll usually average between like 65 to 75 grams of fat a day. But that's just because I'm eating a lot of stuff that really just doesn't have fat in it. Like
that, I can relate to that because I keep track of my protein and my calories. I don't really keep track of my carbs or my fats, which is probably something I should do. In all honesty. But basically, what I would tell people all the time is like, if the calories are a bit low, but the protein's a bit high, then more than likely it's probably low in fat and it's probably low in sugar. Because if it had a lot of sugar or a lot of fat, then the calories would be a lot higher. I think it's Mike is out again.
Yep. And this is why I am glad I am here, so we are not just getting dead air. But yeah, that definitely makes sense. And
well, if you can't tell, I like to talk, so I'll just keep talking. If I
you're good. It's just when expecting that to happen, and honestly, I'm probably the last guy, and this has been very informative for me because coming off of still 5 years removed from having a stroke, and just yeah. Granted, it was mild because I was able to walk in a few hours, but still, blood pressure was dangerously high, and going from there,
scary stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So just really getting full range of motion in my body, both sides, and getting a lot managing my blood pressure and everything. So
right. I was also okay. So now that I'm back, one thing I was also going to mention to segue a little bit. I've noticed that you've been doing a lot of. I mean, I don't know if recently, but I remember like a few weeks ago, I was seeing you do a lot of WWE extra work, including a Wingstop ad with the man that happens to be my avatar picture currently.
Yes. Yeah.
What was it like getting to work with Danhausen?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was actually, and I doubt he remembers this, but it's actually the second time I met him. So the first time I met Danhausen was right after he debuted for Ring of Honor, which was 2017, 2018, somewhere in that ballpark. I might be off, but I know it was pre-pandemic. It might have been 2019. But yeah, I was helping out at a Wrestling Revolver show, Sammy Callahan's promotion.
Right.
A ref got a hold of me. I don't even think he was a ref on the show. I think he just knew somebody and told them that he could get a couple hands to help out with the show. And he asked if I was interested, and so I came down and we helped out, and it was a good show. And I got to meet him then. And I got to tell him, hey, congratulations on the Ring of Honor debut. And he was like, oh, thanks, man. And that was the extent of the conversation with him. Fast forward all these years later, and they're doing SmackDown in Pittsburgh. And I do believe it was SmackDown. Yeah, it was SmackDown. And
most likely, even though he's shooting with Dom right now.
Yes. So I got the I got the booking to do the extra work, which I want to do the extra work in Pittsburgh because I'm very close to Pittsburgh. I'm only about an hour from Pittsburgh, so it kind of feels like a home away from home kind of thing. So I got there and I get a message from one of the producers like, "Hey, we're going to use you and a couple of the guys for this commercial," and I'm excited. I'm like, "Cool," because they've never used me for anything before, and I don't know what they're going to do or how it's going to go or anything like that. But it's cool because I'm actually going to be used for something. And so as they're breaking down the commercial and how they're going to do it and all this other stuff, and right next to us, they're filming an ad with Randy Orton for the ESPN app and all this other stuff. So it was a very, very cool experience to see how they pieced everything together, all the different things they had to run through and make sure fit what they wanted with the sponsor. And what you see in the commercial isn't even everything we filmed because they did cut it up. Which you can tell when you watch it, like it's not like you can tell there's edits, you can tell there's cuts. For reasons I understand, like the closing shot that they filmed was actually me holding one of the burgers, and I actually dropped the burger on the plate and all this other stuff. They ended up cutting that, and I think why is because they wanted the last shot to be on Danhausen, because originally they were going to have me the camera back on me, drop the burger. Oh man, back over, Danhausen's gone. And then they were going to do a close-up shot on the other guy who had the Wingstop stuff, and he was going to say, "Hey, he stole my lunch." But I think they wanted to end the shot with Danhausen. So, like I said, just a cool experience overall to see how all that was produced and how they did that, and the finished product and everything like that. And yes, I'm going to be a little braggadocious. Say I love the fact that I'm dead center in the shot when you first pull up the video, because I got so much exposure from that. I had so many people I know messaging me going like, "Hey, is this you?" I'm like, "No, it's my twin brother Davidson. Of course it's me."
No, that was like one of the first things I noticed, like when the ad opened up. Like as soon as it opened up, like in the first 5 seconds, I see it pan over to you. And I'm like, "Hey, wait, I know that guy." And I was like, "Yo," I'm like, it always makes me happy, like when I see you guys like ended up being able to get the extra work that you're getting. Like, I mean, I see you doing it, I see Man Bun doing it.
Yeah.
I see just about everyone doing it, and it's really good because that's the best way to get your feet wet with them, and it's the best way to get your face in front of them.
Well, absolutely. I actually need to get my my blood work and my paperwork and everything updated. It expired back in June, but I've been dealing with some car issues, money issues, and stuff like that. I've had to get on top of before I could actually get all that redone. So I actually need to get all that like caught back up, because I would love to do more extra work with them.
Of course.
I'm not sure if it's ever gonna lead to like a tryout or anything like that. But the fact that like I'm getting my face seen, I'm getting to be around this huge production, this huge stage, this huge opportunity in ways that if you were to ask me like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have been like, I don't know if I'd ever get to that point. So it's really cool to be involved with all that, even if it's only at such a minor level as just like an extra guy.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Now, speaking about some of your other work, you've been the Rubber City Wrestling light heavyweight champion, I believe, for over a year now, right?
2 years.
Oh,
this
over
August will be 2 years.
Wow. Oh, wow.
This August will be 2 years. Yes.
Realistically speaking, I mean, is there anyone that they could send your way that's going to be able to take that belt off of you?
And here it goes, Eric. You just screwed up.
Well, no, there's the belt right there. See, I already knew what he was doing. He was going to grab the gold.
Nah, you know what you started, and you know where it may end up. You just screwed yourself.
There's been multiple challengers.
Yes, and so I've enjoyed my time at Rubber City Wrestling. I've enjoyed my time as the Rubber City Wrestling light heavyweight champion. And I've enjoyed everybody they've had me face so far, because it's always been an experience. Like working with guys who I'm not trying to say people like lesser than or anything like that, but like people who want to work with guys with more experience, I'm just now at that level where I'm that guy with the more experience, which is insane to me anyway, from a meta perspective, that I'm now kind of like the vet in a lot of places. Um, so being able to work with a lot of guys and try to help them improve, I've really enjoyed. Uh, but it's also been like crazy. Like there was one show I was supposed to have a match, and literally we're up like next. Like we have one match before us, then we're up. And he had a family emergency pop up out of nowhere, like crazy. Like he had to leave. He had to go. So they literally pulled a kid out of the gauntlet match that was before us and said, "Hey, you're gonna work Harley." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, let's go over this stuff." And the dude has this look of panic on his face, like, "Oh, I'm not ready for this," because like he was expecting to be in this gauntlet match and do a different thing entirely.
Right.
And I was like, "Dude, it'll be fine. Just listen. Everything will be good. Don't worry." And then we went out there. We had a good little match.
Right.
I've also got to work with guys like Cowboy. So like cool dude. I got to meet him at the co-op, and honestly, he's probably was one of my favorite guys to defend the title against. So yeah, like I said, just a lot of cool experiences so far. I haven't been able to be at Rubber City in a minute due to my scheduling and all that stuff going on. But hopefully I'll be able to get back there soon. I know I'm not going to be able to on their next show because it contradicts with a booking I have in Pittsburgh that night that I've had booked out for a few months now. So
I gotcha. No, that makes complete sense. So speaking of which, seeing that we just saw you introduce a somewhat new character arc at Mass Exodus back in May.
Yep.
So what led to this decision? What ended up making you decide, like, you know what, we're just gonna go full fledged on this. We're gonna go full Fabio on this. Like, what led to that decision?
Again, I've got to give credit to EC3.
Okay.
So back in October, they had like a costume battle royal or like Rumble style match, and everybody's coming out in costumes, and they had a great thing with Cristiano as Luigi. That when you go back and watch it, like it's mind blowing how well that worked.
Right.
Well, they really liked the Fabio look that I did for that show for that and so they're like, there's something there. I think we could work with something on that. And after Greg stopped getting booked at Exodus, they've been trying to figure out something for me to do, some angle to take me and stuff like that, which again happens, you know.
Right.
Rome wasn't built in a day. Creative sometimes takes time, and you never know when inspiration is going to strike. So they saw me in the costume. They saw the way like I looked in the Fabio outfit and everything like that, and they're like, there is something there. So they wanted me to lean into that. They wanted me to lean into that look. They wanted me to work with that type of character, and so I did. I went out. I got the gear necessary to pull off the look I wanted to pull off with the silver belt and the silver boots and all that stuff, which were my own little touches. They didn't say, "Hey, go get silver boots" or anything like that. I thought that the silver would add a nice little touch.
Yeah.
And again, EC3 was the one who thought of the book and thought the book would be a good add-on. And yeah, they're gonna let me, like, I don't know what all's in the future for that character, what all they're gonna have me, like, what all is gonna be going on. But I'm super excited to explore it. I'm super excited to see what happens with it.
Right.
And just like anything, like, hey, here, you know, they're giving me a ball, and I'm gonna try my best to run with it.
Hell yeah, 100%. Now, to round out our interview, typically, and I've honestly changed this up a little bit just
and he's out.
Because he's not trying to get sued by Muscle Man Malcolm. And obvious.
Well, no, hold on. No, it's because I want my own shtick. It's because of the fact that I've realized just about all wrestlers are on a diet. Just about all wrestlers are usually on a workout regime. So I've changed up the wording on this. Harley T. Morris, what is your takeaway day meal?
My what?
Your takeaway day, like your cheat day.
My cheat day. Oh, so I used to do that. I used to be like, hey, I'm just gonna have a cheat day. I'm gonna eat whatever. I'm gonna blah. Now it's more of like a cheat meal, or if I am gonna have like a cheat day, it's usually gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna eat a lot of the same stuff I always eat, and then I'm gonna add some stuff on the end. Which kind of happened yesterday. I'll admit I wasn't very strict with my diet yesterday because so yesterday was the end of my bulking. Sorry, it was the end of my cut, and I'm going into the bulking phase now. So I ate my normal stuff, and my calories were sitting about 1,600 calories, a little under 1,600 calories. And I was going to the movies yesterday. I went to go see The Odyssey. Highly recommend it. Very good movie. I'm a big Greek mythology fan. I thought they did the source material very, very well. I liked a lot about that movie. So highly recommend it if you have 2.5 hours. Nolan has not missed recently. Anyway, I digress.
Oh, yeah.
But while I was there, I did end up getting a medium thing of popcorn, which isn't the most unhealthiest thing you can eat. The problem was I also put some butter on that, some salt, and a bunch of that flavor. Yeah, and a bunch of that flavoring stuff that they sell, like the seasoning, which also, by the way, if I'm reading the labels right, have 0 calories. So, I ate that during the movie.
Or so they say. You're probably paying for it now.
Oh, anytime I get off my diet or anytime I have a cheat meal or whatever, I feel it the next day. So I ate that for the movie, and then when I got home, I had a pint of peanut butter ripple ice cream sitting in my fridge, and a container of that magic chocolate shell, that stuff that like when you put it in cold, it freezes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I kept telling myself that I wasn't going to eat it. That I've had that popcorn and that should be it. But then when I got home and like it was late, and I'm like, hey, I'm ending my cut anyway. I'm getting on a bulking phase tomorrow. I'm starting things off tomorrow. If I don't do this, if I don't eat it now, I'll end up eating it later, and then I'll feel even worse about it later. And I'd rather just eat it now and get it out of the house, get it gone. So I literally ate an entire like pint of peanut butter ripple ice cream with the entire container of chocolate shell on top. It was delicious. But here, I found out a while ago that I could actually eat an entire like pint of ice cream, not like one of those little like small pint, like the medium size. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So I found out a while ago that I could actually sit down and I can actually eat an entire thing of it, which I thought I couldn't. I never thought I was be able to, but I can. It's delicious. It's either that or I like to go, which I haven't done this in a long time either. Go to Pizza Hut, get a sausage and pepperoni stuffed crust pizza, and just eat the whole thing. And just eat the whole thing in one sitting.
Jesus Christ!
Fuck yeah!
Oh,
that's my kind of guy.
I just had Papa John just there too, and I'm like, oh damn. At least I try and make it myself feel better with some pineapple and banana peppers. But Jesus.
Well, the thing is, like, I live by myself. I do have friends, but obviously life gets crazy. Not everybody has the free time to go out and do stuff. And plus, the fact that I do watch what I eat 90% of the time, I don't always go out to eat. I don't go to like it's not often I go to like Burger King or Wendy's. I do try to go there maybe twice a month, maybe. Because the one thing I found out and I've had a lot of people, and I know this entire podcast, entire show has been very diet and workout routine heavy and all that stuff. But it is a big part of what I do with my life because, like I said, I came from a very obese family and all that stuff. So a trick I found for anybody trying to get on a healthy diet is not being super strict. It's about being consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So one bad meal isn't going to ruin your diet. One bad workout's not going to ruin your workout routine. One bad like next week's my birthday. I'm planning on going to a restaurant with a couple friends. We're going to a place called Sushi Bomb. Even though I'm not a big fish guy, they do have stuff that I do like to eat. I'm probably going to overeat. I'm probably going to break my calorie count. I'm probably going to eat way too much. But then the next day, I'm right back on track. I'm right back eating what I need to eat. I'm right back eating the calories I need to eat. I'm right back on, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent.
Yeah.
And I feel like way too many people will fumble, and then instead of just picking up the ball and keep going, they'll be like, well, I screwed that up. Oh well, I guess I'm just gonna screw up everything. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna be blah blah blah. When like I said, it's not about being perfect.
Right.
And that took a long time. That took a long time for me to realize myself. It's also something that I've struggled with a lot because, like I said, I was heavy in high school. I don't like having, a stomach. I don't like having belly fat on me. I come from a heavy set family. So I still struggle with food. I still struggle with, am I eating enough protein? Am I eating enough normal like food? Am I going overboard? And like weighing myself's terrible because if I put on a pound, my brain goes into panic mode. Like, oh, you're getting fat. You're putting on when more than likely I'm probably just holding on to a little bit of water or a little bit of salt or a little bit of whatever, or like I'm weighing myself at an odd time or what have you. Like I said, right now I'm sitting at about 173, 172, 173, and I'm starting a bulking phase where I'm going to put on weight. I know I'm going to put on weight. And I'm trying to mentally prepare myself so the next time I get on a scale when I'm 176 or 177, I don't immediately go into, oh my God, I'm screwing up everything. I'm screwing up my diet. I'm screwing up blah, blah, blah. It's a balancing act. And it's one that I'm still myself trying to keep under control.
So last question on my end. And I know we've been talking about it all throughout this episode. So what percentage body fat did you start at? Where are you at now? And what's your target goal body fat wise?
So I have no idea where I started at. Honestly, people could look at old photos of me. They could probably tell you better than I could. Where I am at now, again, I'm not 100% sure, but a friend of mine, I think she used a online calculator or something like that. She asked me like, okay, well, what's your waist size? How tall are you? What's your weight, etc. And she came out to about 14%, give or take, 14% body fat. And again, I don't know how accurate it was. I don't know what app she used or what online thing she used. Honestly, that entire like body fat thing is almost like foreign language to me because I've never really looked into it. For me, it's okay. Do I look good? Okay, am I showing? Is my stomach getting bigger? No. Is my chest getting bigger? Is my arms getting bigger? Is like, if all that is yes, if everything's looking good, I really don't care what my body percentage is. Like, I could be 30% body fat, but if I still have abs and I'm like big as a house, I really don't care that I'm 30% body fat. You know what I mean?
Yep. And
so to answer your question, I don't know where I started. Right now I'm at about 14%, and I really have no goal on how lean or how little body fat I want to get.
And thanks for answering that curiosity, because I was just curious since we've been talking about fitness and health goals, and I know I'm probably the last person, since Eric's been trying to get me into Go-Go's for her as well, to be talking about it, but it's just out of curiosity. And thanks for coming on, and really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's been a fun time, for real. Shit,
minus your spectrum.
Yeah, fuck Spectrum.
Honestly, we talked a lot more about like dieting and food and all that stuff than I was expecting. I thought this would be a little bit more wrestling perspective, but honestly, I'm fine with it because, again, I've really gotten into watching like my calories and all this other stuff. And if anybody is going to watch this, can take away like what Eric was saying earlier, if they can take one thing I've said and go, hey, maybe that's what I'm missing, and it helps them get motivated or try something different that will work, then fantastic, awesome. I always enjoy seeing people improve.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, yes, this is typically more so of a wrestling podcast, but I've kind of been I've really just been enjoying this journey that I've been on recently with nutrition and working out, and I've just enjoyed talking about it with other people that are on the same journey. I mean, you've honestly been doing some really good work around the independent scene lately. Like I said, in regards to you doing the extra work for WWE, now you've been a regular over at IWC for the last few months, which IWC is one of the bigger promotions out in Pittsburgh. And
I've been so happy working there. I've been so happy working out there.
Oh, I bet. And I mean,
And having to only travel an hour for that, for sure.
About an hour and a half, roughly. Yeah, working with.
Did my audio go out again?
Yes, it did.
Yes, this.
Okay.
This podcast is going to be titled "Fuck Spectrum" because this is.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I guarantee you. I'm probably going to be like, "What the hell did this just get titled?" When I look at the archives, but oh, that's right, that's what happened.
But yeah, I've been enjoying my time out at IWC. IWC was the first promotion I was ever introduced to when I learned about independent wrestling. It's actually where I wanted to get trained, but things happened. Didn't work out that way. I got trained in another place, and it's cool that after all these years, it's able to come back around. And if you've seen me, and I've watched some of my matches back there, I've watched me in the ring there. I don't look out of place. I look like I fit right in. Like I don't. And for me to reach that point, again, in a meta way, is just cool as hell. I've been very happy with the opportunities that have been given me there. I'm hoping to get more as time goes on with them. And I'm hoping just to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully more doors open for me and more things happen for me. And yeah, I'm just going to keep putting in the work.
Yeah. And I was going to say, before we hop off here, is there anything that you would personally like to plug?
Well, my Instagram, at Harley T. Morris. I could use a few more followers. My X account or Twitter account, I still call it Twitter. My followers there, again, pretty low. Like I'm not like, I don't have like thousands and thousands of people follow me. I only have a couple hundred. So I wouldn't mind getting those numbers up. My Facebook numbers are pretty good. So if you guys want to follow me on Facebook, I do have a fan page, but I never really post anything on it. So you want to follow my actual Facebook account, which you can tell the difference by the profile picture, which one is the one I post more on, because it has more an updated photo of me in the pink gear and all that stuff. So again, all of it's at Harley T. Morris. I was lucky enough to get that handle, and I've been able to get that handle on pretty much every social media that I've been able to get access to, including Threads. I'm also on Threads. I do have a YouTube channel that I like to, when I have the time, I like to play video games and live stream on. It's at Harley Morris 93, I do believe. Okay. Or just look up Harley Morris. And I've played a number of video games on there. I've played some Batman games, Red Dead Redemption 2, which I'm kind of getting the itch to play again, honestly. I currently playing through the Insomniac Spider-Man game, and
Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 1, because I was able to get a bundle deal on the Miles Morales game, and it came with
Nice.
a updated. It came with an updated copy of the first Spider-Man game, and I was like, I've been wanting to get Spider-Man 2, so I decided, well, I'll do a refresh on Spider-Man 1. And for some reason, I decided, like, hey, when I play these games, I should probably try to do everything. Maybe not like get all the trophies and everything like that for like my PlayStation account, but if the game's offering like side quests, side missions, like things to do on, so like I should just do everything because I'm insane.
Yeah. Trust me, I just beat Spider-Man 2 and I'm just doing side quests right now.
So I finished the main campaign. I'm on the DLC, which I had never played before, so I'm on the DLC now, and then I'm going to hop into Miles Morales. I'm also playing Digimon Next Order, which has been fun. It's more of a chill, laid-back game, but I've been playing that one a lot. You can see I got like 20-some parts on my channel. So I'm not sure when I'm going to hop back into that game. Like I said, I'm cutting in the itch to play Red Dead Redemption 2 again, because there's a lot of things on that game that I did not do when I played it the last time, because there's so much in that game, so much content. And I still want to play Arkham City because I played Arkham Asylum, I played Arkham Knight, so I'd like to complete the trilogy and play Arkham City. If I could, I would love to play Arkham Origins, but I don't think they have that for PS5. And I just stream off my PlayStation. I don't have a streaming setup or anything like that.
Okay.
If I did, I'd have a lot more games I could stream because I have like GameCube games and PlayStation games and old PS3 games and stuff like that I would stream as well. But I'm kind of limited by funds, money, and stuff like that to just what I'm streaming off of, which, like I said, is my PlayStation 5.
Are you one of the billion that already put in the pre-order for it?
For GTA?
GTA, yes.
No, I don't do the pre-order stuff. I feel like pre-orders, if you have the money and you're willing to drop it on something like that, cool, it's whatever. I'm not going to shame anybody for being able to do that. But for me, it's more of, I'll wait till it comes out. I'll wait to see what the reviews are for it. And I'm excited for it, don't get me wrong. And I'll probably end up playing it. But I'm not one of those guys to just like, I'll buy some sight unseen. I'll buy something like without any reviews or anything. Like that's not me. Plus, again,
Irving, get out of the comment section. You're just talking shit. Yes, I know what these games are.
But no, again, so one thing that I struggle with now, and it affects a lot of what I do, including like my wrestling stuff and stuff like that, because I'm almost certain I have ADHD or some kind of attention deficit disorder of some kind. Undiagnosed, I've never been tested, but I'm almost certain I do. When I get a thought or an idea in my head, it kind of itches to where it's like if I don't work on it, don't make progress on it, it never stops itching, and it bothers me. So like I really want to play the new Lego Batman game that came out, the Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Nice.
I really want to get that. Again, Spider-Man 2. I've been wanting to get that for years. I just a different streaming setup, a better streaming setup. Even though I think my background's pretty decent. There's some repairs that need done.
I know Spider-Man 2 was just free on a PSN Plus. It may still be free to download on there, so you may want to check that because that's how I ended up getting it for free.
Well, that's the thing is I also don't have PlayStation Plus. I get why PlayStation has it. I just feel like it's not for me. Like if I want a game, if I want discounts or whatever, I'm not gonna. Before I get off track, what I was saying about like a lot of stuff that I have going on in my life, including like house repairs, car repairs. I always have ideas for like new wrestling gear and stuff like that. The thing that always stops me and it holds me back and it causes me to where I can't make any progress on anything is money. I don't have the largest income in the world. I make enough to live. I make enough to get by. I make enough to do what I want to do and do what I need to do. But I don't have an exorbitant amount of disposable income to just drop on something that's like, hey, buy this thing for $90. Well, if I wait, 6 months to a year, it's going to be 50.
Exactly.
It's not that I don't want it. I just don't have the money to get it at that price or to get it right now. And then, life goes on, things come up. And then before I know it, I'm onto a different thing. I'm onto a different interest, or my money's tied up somewhere else. So I never get around to it. Like I said, I don't own Spider-Man 2. I've never bought it. I've never played it. I've been wanting to for years. But every time I think I got a little bit of extra cash where, maybe I can, get it now, that money ends up going somewhere else.
Gear, another match, or who knows, gas.
A good example is just recently about, and I know I'm kind of going over your time here. I do apologize. Thank you for letting me rant.
No, it's just us talking now since it's just you and me since Spectrum's. Okay, I will say this. Next episode of the show, guys, don't beat them over the head with them, but if Eric ends up with an Ulafala of freaking Ethernet cables, that would be perfect for him. Just drape him with a bunch of Ethernet cables. That would be funny, but I know he would appreciate it. All things considered.
So recently, this was 2 months ago, I was able to do 3 shots of extra work for WWE in Tennessee, North Carolina, and South Carolina, back to back to back.
Anything that has aired yet?
I'm sorry?
Anything that has aired yet that you can talk about?
Oh yeah. Because I wasn't involved in anything. They didn't have me doing any extra work, anything on camera. They didn't have me filming anything. They didn't have me doing it. I was there if need be.
Okay.
And again, no problems with that. I enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed being around the process. So it was a long trip because I'm from West Virginia. So driving to Tennessee took about 6 hours. Driving to South Carolina was another 8.5 hours. And then I had to drive to PA to do a show the next day. And then that Monday I had to be in North Carolina, which was another 7 hours. So
that just makes me cringe thinking about it. Driving. That just makes me
that's life.
Cringe thinking about this. But it's the life we choose being a creator, whether wrestling, fitness, whatever, it's gonna get.
So I got to do all those shots, which was awesome. I had about $700 in my bank account because I had some tax return money. So everything was sitting good. Everything was really, really good. About 2 days after that last shot, my car broke down, and I ended up having to take it to a shop, and it cost to repair was $1,700. I did not have that. I had to borrow money from some people I know, and I got the car fixed. But that cost me every penny that I had and money that I had to borrow. So once I got the car fixed and got the car running again, I now have to pay back several people, and I have to get my money back up to a decent spot where I can afford to go get stuff done, like my blood work and afford travel and do all the stuff, all while still balancing paying my bills, paying my mortgage, wrestling on the weekends. So for about the last 2 months, I have been working almost nonstop, which I was able to get everybody paid back. My car still needs a few more repairs, but it's running. And
which
right
is
now,
the good thing.
Yes, but that $700 that I had is long gone. I'm nowhere near having that now. I have more bills coming up that need paid, and I'm just now starting to bounce back to where I feel comfortable enough to where I can take a morning off and do this podcast. I can take a night off and go and see a movie and actually have the money to go see a movie and not worry about breaking my bank account. So it's a struggle. Money for me has always been a struggle, not because I'm not willing to work, but because the opportunities to make more have not presented themselves to me. And I've decided, instead of working a normal regular job that will just grind me down to basically hate life, because I worked a job like that for the better part of 12 years. I hated the job, made me hate life. Just backbreaking work. I finally was able to get out of that job. I'm now doing a job that, while demanding, is more freelance. It's more on me to make money, but I can make my own schedule. I can pick my own hours. I can do my own thing.
Right.
But if anybody's seen my YouTube channel or stuff that I post on Facebook, it's doing DoorDash. I do DoorDash, and the thing is, it's not a guaranteed income. Some days are going to be better than others. But I'm making just as much now, if not a little bit more than I was at my last job. But the hours, like I said, are so much better, so much more flexible. The problem is, I rely on my car. So if my car breaks down again, so it's a constant, like, it's a vicious cycle, because, like, I'm trying to make money so I can get ahead. So if my car breaks down, I can fix it. But then when I fix it, I'm now broke. So now I have to work even harder to get my money back up in case the car breaks down again. All while trying to balance wrestling, the gym, bills, mortgage. Like, it's a struggle. It really is.
And I am glad, even though we did go a little over compared to what I know your schedule would allow, I'm glad we had this on here, just because I know some people, as they try and get into the industry, you don't really think about, oh, hey, what is the financial side, or what's the life like outside of the ring when you're coming up through it, versus, oh, hey,
hey, Eric, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I think this has been a really fun episode. It genuinely has been. Harley, thank you for coming on. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah. No, Irving, I'm not going to read your comments. Stop making fun of me, you piece of shit. Sorry, that's one of our other co-hosts that is not on here right now. And whenever he's not on here, he just likes to run me rampant. All right, I'll do a quick little plug before my internet goes out again. Go to nationalwrestlingalliance.com, check out all their latest stuff. Go to NWA live events, buy some tickets for upcoming shows. And NWA 78's next Saturday. Live TV tapings on August 22nd. Then also NWA Empower in Tennessee, also August 28th, August 14th. Declaration of Independence. I love that fucking name. Shout out to Anthony Green for coming up with this.
And with that being said, thanks for
coming. Fuck Spectrum. Have a good day, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks,
all right.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Just anytime, Harley.